Well, it's been a while, or it seems that it has been quite a while since we've done one of these. Stevie Lee and I have not had an episode in about 2 weeks. A health scare on my end, but sweet victory. Sweet victory so far. And Stevie Lee and I are going to talk about that, plus a lot of things developing in Austin and a lot of things to be positive about, including this health victory. Let's ride. Stevie Lee, so good to see you, brother.
Man, it's good to see you, man.
Last week was rough.
I hear
Rough, man. And we're about to dive into that reason, and we're going to just try to encourage all men to do a certain thing. But, I spoke to Coach Ab with Hargrove Roofing earlier last week or late last week, and said that there's a new production on the horizon. And it's coming up. And it's funny, man. A lot of people have been watching Texas baseball. I received a few texts about that this latest spot that you'll see in the middle break. A lot of people are seeing it and are enjoying your acting.
Yeah, so I walked into my kids' volleyball game, and all the parents on my kids' team was like, "We saw you on TV. We just saw you on TV." I was like, "Oh, here we go again." So it's running right now, so because of the baseball games, I guess.
Yeah.
But it was the whole gym that recognized me from that commercial, man. They had the baseball game on in the gym, so it was fun. It was funny.
That is.
Oh, and I read the script of the new one, man. It's hilarious.
Can you give us a hint?
No, I'm not.
No, you're not. You're not going there.
You're going to be there, right? You coming to film me?
Well, I've got to go for a work trip to Nashville, Tennessee, Nash Vegas, baby.
Yeah, man. You'll have fun there anyway. But we're going to miss you on this one.
I hate it, man. I really want to be a part of it. Those are Hargrove Roofing, man. They do so much more than roofing. They have a great video production artist out of Shreveport, Louisiana.
Yeah.
But mainly what they're known for is
Hargrove Roofing. Know who's on your roof.
That's right. I love it when Stevie does that. So the reason why we had to life happens sometime, and it's been we had to cancel everything last week, including the other episodes that I try to incorporate throughout the week because I was down and out, man. I had this is 3.5 years of being proactive toward the prostate, and I encourage all men to get your PSA checked. And if you need a urologist, just send me a private message on Twitter, Instagram, even our Facebook page. But I've been doing this for 3.5 years. The PSA is doing this, up, down. And then I've had now 2 MRIs, 2 biopsies, and other tests. And this last a week ago, so 2 Fridays ago, I had an MRI guided biopsy from Dr. Carl Bischoff here locally with Urology Austin. He did a great job, great doctor. This has nothing to do with him. It just happened. So 2 days later, I developed an infection, high fever, a lot of issues. I called him on Sunday a week ago, and we got another antibiotic, and that antibiotic did not agree with me, and that's not his fault. It's not the doctor's fault. So many things were going on that for the first time in my life, I went to the emergency room. And shout out to Del Seaton on the UT campus. I was awful. It was awful. Stevie, I was scared for the first time in my life, really fearful for my own health. And, man, those folks there got it done, found 3 antibiotics that really, through blood cultures, and got me right, so to speak, healthy. Fast forward to this Friday, got the biopsy results. No cancer. Negative.
That's awesome, man. Good for you.
Man.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Man, a big elephant, big weight lifted off my chest. When we get fully, I mean, I'm close to 100% now, but when we get it, we're going to celebrate because life is so precious.
Yeah.
And I was at Dish Falk Field on Saturday, just one of my happy places since I was 8 years old, man. It just meant more. Everything just meant more. So, man, we're going to live life. And you men out there and your ladies watching or your men in your lives, have them get checked, your PSA, and I will help you as much as possible, guide you to the right people.
That's awesome.
Speaking of UT baseball, I got to start with this. Occupy Left Field. I love these people. Well, actually, Stevie, we're going to start out with this. No, we're going to start out with Occupy Left Field. This is a father of two UT baseball players, Mr. Duplantier. Love that. It's kind of a Cajun name. He has two sons. And I love this. So Occupy Left Field has a tradition. A father, mother of one of the players does the toast before every game of Fireball. And they have to deliver a little speech. Well, this is Mr. Duplantier with this is a legendary speech before the game 2 against Cal Poly.
After being here for 5 years, this is my first time actually coming out to hang out. Kudos to y'all talking to me in the on the road. I'm your man. In the hotels, I'm all day. But hey, we're gonna raise it up today. Let's hope these boys come out here, whip some ass. I ain't gonna say screw Cal Poly, but fuck them.
That's a great toast, man.
It is.
Put it on a T-shirt.
We're not going to tell them screw them, but F them.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, UT baseball swept Cal Poly, did not allow a run.
Oh, wow.
Did not allow one run. I don't care who you play. If you don't allow the other team to score at all, Stevie, that's taking care of business in a sweep. 15-0 in a sweep.
Good.
That's real nice, Clark. So, they're preparing for, we're going to stick with college baseball, preparing for the SEC with facility upgrades. I want to show you a piece of video. This is game 1 of the season opener 2 weeks ago against San Diego. Jalen Flores with this grand slam. But check out the video of the new addition to the Dish Falk Field.
The 1-2. This ball crushed to left. Wind is knocking it down, but it gets out of here. Get out of town, grand slam against the traffic.
That was awesome.
That's the new Yeti Yard. Yeti Yard. And CDC, you probably read it last week, had a big presentation of all the additions to football, the program, everything, including Dish Falk Field. And it's just, you could tell the man, I don't know how he sleeps, when he sleeps, but there's so many additions coming, Stevie.
Yeah. I'm really excited about it, man. I saw the football practice facility that's coming around. Man, it's state of the art. It needed to be upgraded. It's about time, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to see, fun to watch, fun to even go in there. I go to some practices sometimes, so that's be fun to just be around it and be in there. A little sad because the Frank Denius fields. Frank Denius, when I was playing, he's now passed on, but he would come out there. We would be practicing on his fields, and he'd come out there and watch us practice and things like that. He was a great guy. I think it was an Army vet, I believe.
Yeah. He's a veteran for sure.
Yeah. So he donated money to build that practice field over there. So that's going away, which is sad. But the new facilities is needed to just keep up with the Joneses, with all the other schools that we're going to be playing and have to recruit against. We just needed a huge upgrade. And to be honest, Texas got the money, so dump it into the program.
It is, and this was CDC. And one thing I got to say about the practice field, there's always conspiracy everywhere, but I think it's going to be great to get the practice facility away from I-35 next to the football stadium. You know, there's people that speculate the pollution from the cars may affect some of the exposure to that, but that's another whole topic in itself.
If someone was to come up with a class action lawsuit, I think I would join it. But that always crossed my mind, because when you're out there practicing and it's like rush hour traffic in Austin, whenever rush hour starts, which is all day, especially in that area, the diesel fumes, they do hit you. Those diesel burning trucks and their fumes and smoke, it does hit you when you're out there breathing in real hard air trying to catch your breath. So, but I doubt that had any effect on us. It probably made us stronger and tougher, though. So, but you do smell it out there, though. You do. And then, sometimes when we're out there, it was a lot of times where people start rubbernecking, trying to watch what we're doing in practice, and it's a lot of wrecks up there.
Did you ever hear an accident because of it?
Yeah, we hear accidents all the time. I've seen one. People were looking down and then ran straight into a back of a truck. So get the distraction off the road, man.
I think it's going to benefit everybody. City of Austin, UT football, and overall health. I've got a guy that's incredibly intelligent in tech. He's in Miami, and he has a device which can study, and he keeps mentioning that he wants an end to study the air quality over there, and has been for the last 2 or 3 years.
It's not great, because if I can smell it, then it's not great air quality. So, yeah, I'm glad they're moving away from 35.
I am too. And this is CDC talking specifically about the new addition to Dish Falk Field.
And they actually came up with this. This is Drew's concept to come up and put a wire mesh. It's not a wire mesh, but you're not going to run into wire. But we took the wall out and put a taut see-through, like basically it's just cloth, rope. Looks really awesome. So we're going to have behind that, Yetis and the partners with Yeti are going to put in a place people can come in, watch the game from that angle, enjoy the atmosphere. Looking at if that's another way to improve the game day experience at baseball, knowing that we have a year to really look at different ways that we can improve Dish Falk. But the road behind it does not allow us to build above and beyond that, because that road is where the garage goes.
And look at it. That's brilliant, because this is some 2 photos I took of it on Saturday. Stevie, I don't know if you can tell, but that right there is going to create a game day atmosphere that is going to affect the outcome of some games, because the fans are right there, field level. It could not, I'm not going to say intimidate, but could affect the opposition, how they play, because they're right there in their ear. And so the SEC, all their baseball facilities are above and beyond Dish Falk. And Dish Falk's one of the best in the country. Rowdy baseball atmospheres in the SEC.
Better than Dish Falk, you think?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we got to step it up then. I'll take your word for it. I haven't been to any, but I have to take your word for it.
And Dish Falk's obviously top tier. No doubt about it. But if you go to Arkansas, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, LSU, especially, Tennessee, Georgia. I have not been to Georgia, Florida, but especially Mississippi State, Ole Miss, Arkansas, and LSU, 100%. And Auburn. It's a different level over there.
Gotcha. All right. Well, we need to upgrade.
So, but I see it. You can buy beverages over here. You can. It looks like look from what I can tell, you can bring your own damn chair.
Looks like it, huh?
That was a beautiful day, by the way. And one thing, another piece that we really got to give a shout out to. It's I know it's a long season, but those ladies who play across the street at McCombs Field, I mean, This is unreal. They're number 2 in the country right now. First 13 games, they won 12 of them. But look at that, outscored their opponents 118-17.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. We're going to touch on it a little bit later, but I think our women's sports are doing very well at the University of Texas.
100% at UT.
Yeah, I think the boys' sports have to catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would definitely agree with that. But man, Mike White has done a phenomenal job. I think they're trying to catch up with Oklahoma, but they need a few natties before they do that. But
exactly.
It's
but no, our women's sports, the softball's doing great. We're going to touch on basketball here coming up, but basketball's doing great. The boys got to really buckle down and try to catch up with these ladies.
They're fun. I would highly encourage anyone to go see softball. It's fast moving. They've got a great product on the field over there at McCombs Field. And I would venture to say there's probably going to be some renovation in somewhere down the line soon, I would imagine, for the softball stadium as well, because it just goes along with what all is going on right now, because there's some big time changes going on with UT athletics. All right, so football. It's kind of calmed down a little bit, but we saw Sark's contract extension. Got him up to the $10+ million a year plateau. And to keep him here keep him in Austin until 2030. What were your thoughts as a former Longhorn, and you're deeply connected to the program?
First off, I like it. I didn't know I was muted. First off, I really do like it. He's deserving of it. My thing was I didn't want to give him too much too quick, because if we did have to make a change, you have to pay out all that money, Yeah. But he's shown that he can control himself. He's very calculated. I think he's battled his demons of his past, which is well documented. I'm not spilling any kind of tea, but I think he has the right people on his team. I think from what I'm hearing, that his wife and the people around him are really, really helping him. And I think he has like a good routine. He's our guy, and we need to pay him as such, right?
Right.
And I think this contract extension pulls him to the third highest paid in the country. Right? Am I correct?
It's top 5.
So? Yeah, top 5 for sure. And if you look at our schedule last year, or our record last year, what did we finish? Number 4, number 3 in the country.
Something like that. Top 4, just say top 4. The fact that won the Big 12, got in the CFP, and really it was a play away from advancing to the championship game.
It really was one play away. And so him doing that in such a short period of time, we made the college football playoffs, in my opinion, ahead of schedule. I think it was ahead of his schedule. It's ahead of schedule. So he knows what he's doing. He's recruiting well out there. He's handling alumni, boosters, and everybody very, very well. And he's handling himself very well. So very deserving of it. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, but I think he's handling himself accordingly. Not only was that the money extension, not only was it more money, it was an extension in time, and there was a few more perks in there. You get 2 dealer cars. Did you see that part?
Yeah.
Then he gets 20 hours on the private plane. People were saying, "Oh, he gets a private jet." No, he doesn't. He doesn't get a private jet. He only gets 20 hours. Yeah, he gets 20 hours on a private jet for his personal use. Now, he can always say, "I'm going to Dallas to visit a kid," and he's just going up there to go shopping with his wife. You know what I mean? Or I'm going up to New York to visit a kid out of Rutgers or something like that. So take the plane up there on the school's dime. So, but no, when I meet him and I talk to him, it just screams integrity. I'm happy for him for getting it. You know, somebody was going to get it, so why not him? You know, and so, but I love the direction the program is going in. I love the coaching changes that it had to happen. People left, and I love the ones that were coming in. So everything he's doing is great. You know, he just got to continue to recruit and win. And, you know, he'll mess around and find himself the highest paid coach in NCAA. So, and the highest paid person in the state of Texas, you know. So just keep it up.
That's right. And then, you know, I think for him, you keep him at that 9-win plateau. I think that's what you got to do. And because, you know, going to SEC, I'm not saying they're not going to compete, but that's not going to compete for the SEC championship. I feel like they honestly can go in now and be one of the top 3 programs in the SEC with all the momentum they have.
I'm going to correct that. I said the highest paid person in Texas. I meant the highest paid government employee in Texas.
Yeah. Public school.
Yeah.
Public.
Highest paid public government employee.
Yeah. Or this public employee,
just public employee?
State of Texas employee. Yeah.
Yeah, the highest paid public state of Texas employee is Steve Sarkisian.
Yeah, that's him. So the CFP expands to 12. This is the model I thought they would go that would be adopted. They're going to take the top 5 highest ranked conference champions and then the 7 highest ranked at large to fill it out.
And that 5 have a bye week, right? They're buying this week.
I need to check back on that because as far as how the bracket's set up, but I think there's only 4 buys. You get 8, 4 buys. I need to check. Okay. It seems like that would be the best case.
Got you. Well, I like it, man. The more the merrier, the less arguing we have, you know, but there's always going to be that 13th team, you know, that get left out. You know? So we'll still have that debate, but just so far down at 13, I mean, why are you even debating anyway? So
that's the whole thing, man. This past year was stressed. I was tired of it. I was really tired of it. By the week after, I was exhausted by
it. Exactly.
Oh my God, Evelyn, talk about March Madness, man.
I'm so ready for it, man. I'm so ready.
Well, it was not good what happened in Lawrence yesterday.
This building's been a tough building, man. I mean, we've been 14 years in this league and only won 1 time. So it's been tough, man. It hasn't been easy.
Fall Gallon Fieldhouse. Man, I've only been there for I just been there when it was empty. Freaking historic. It reeks of greatness. It reeks of basketball history. It's just an amazing venue, which most teams go there to lose, period.
Yeah.
But as we talk about Texas men's basketball, I really hate what I've been hearing lately. But facts are facts, man. This team's now 17-10, 6-8, I believe, in the Big 12. KU pummeled them by 19.
Yeah.
It's a horrible matchup. KU is just built differently than Texas as far as length and size. Texas was never in it. What's your thought on Texas? Because now they're not only on the bubble, they're on the wrong side of the bubble, in my opinion. They can get back into it, but they've got a tough one, Stevie. This Monday night at Texas Tech, student bodies already camping out. They hate Texas with a passion. They've been camping out now, I think, on day 2 for their tickets. Okay? And Tech's pretty good this year again. At Tech, come back home for Oklahoma State. That should be a win. At Baylor, that'll be tough in that new arena, and come back home for OU. I think you need to win minimum 2 to get in at large. That'll put you at 19. But I think with no doubt going to Kansas City for the Big 12 tournament, they got to get to 20 and get 3 wins. That would mean you've got to win in either Lubbock or Waco.
Yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it sucks where they are right now. I think coach need a couple more bench players to step up. I think when I watched them last, it was they didn't have much help off the bench. You know what I mean? So you know, don't want to say anything ill about the team, but I think they need a couple more pieces. And coach can recruit them, but I mean, there is an uphill battle right now. Now, we also talking about Texas playing in the toughest basketball conference in the country, the Big 12, right? So I'm not saying that the SEC doesn't have powerhouses, but the Big 12 is just stacked with big time college talent. So you know, I think that, you know, we need a couple more pieces, and then next year we'll be playing in the SEC, which will be a little bit easier going through than it is going through a Texas or a Big 12 schedule.
Well,
you ready to disagree with me?
Yeah. Kind of. No, you're right about the Big 12. It's the number one league in the country.
Yeah.
Every damn night, day, or whatever time of day they're playing. But the problem I have, well, first off, people have to remember, and I have to remind myself too, that one of their key signees last year decided to go into the G League instead of report to Texas.
Right.
Ron Holland.
Mm-hmm.
They were going to build around him.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I'd ever seen anything like that, a high school kid enter the G League draft.
Yeah.
I'm not going to speculate. I've had conversations with different people about Ron Highland. I just don't think he wanted to go to college, period. I don't think we'll go to – that's okay. But
yeah.
I feel like they've missed on the young man who transferred from Virginia, the big guy, the big.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see a lot of consistency, man, and their record's really starting to reflect it. I get, now, granted, it's against some of the top programs in the country.
Yeah.
They're not a good team. They're just not.
No.
Right now, they're not.
I get it. Yeah, I get it. Even if they make it to the tournament, you know, I'll fill out my bracket the way I feel, you know, at the time. So usually I got Texas going all the way through. I don't see us doing that this year just because of the depth. You got to have depth in the tournament for sure.
Well, for those, I spoke to a friend of mine who's deeply connected. He said this has been a severely disappointing year.
Severely disappointing.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's nothing, and what he's referencing is they're no different than they were in the beginning of the year. They had, and I can kind of see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what a lot of people are insinuating is RT's not the guy.
Mm-hmm.
I think you got to give him
this is the first year he had the team the whole year, right?
Right.
Yeah. So
you can't fire him. I think that'd be foolish to fire him.
Right now, yeah. And you got to give him this season and next season to see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
just that key piece, Ron Holland not being here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's not here. He's in the G League.
Yeah.
Out of high school.
Yeah.
And now, the big development was, when they signed Max Asmus from Oral Roberts. He's a good scorer. He now has 3,000 career points, plus 3,000 plus. But I don't know, man. It's just not. They're lacking consistency, and that's the hard part to look at this team. They're exciting to watch at times, but right now, if they're not in the tournament right now,
yeah, I got you.
More tough. Hey, but on the women's side, man, Vic Schaefer's girls 8-game win streak. I mean, Stevie, I'm going to go ahead and venture to say, man, if I were selecting teams for the NCAA tournament right now on the women's side, Texas is you got to give them one of the 1 seeds. One of the 4.
Really?
Yes, they're that good.
Okay.
They're that good.
Wow, that's awesome.
And that's without their girl Rory Harmon, who had an injury. So you talk about depth stepping up.
Yep.
These girls reflect Vic Schaefer and that staff, all of them. They're tough, man.
They are tough. It's fun to watch them play as well, too. So I haven't gone to a game in person, but I've watched them on the Longhorn Network.
Oh, I've watched.
It's fun to watch them play, too.
They deserve every butt in that seat.
Yeah.
At the Moody Center.
Absolutely.
They are that good. So earlier this week, I guess it was Friday, it was the great AT&T outage. And that was not fun to watch, man. So there was some lot of videos made, and including this young man who pretended to be an AT&T customer rep.
Everybody keep complaining and shit, bro.
It's unacceptable.
This is crazy because I can't even get a text message or a phone call out.
But sir, what do you want me to do? Like, what the hell, man? How about you wait till that motherfucking outage over and then go back today, bro? Because I don't know what the fuck to tell y'all. Y'all stressing me out. I already don't get paid enough. So what the fuck do y'all want me to do?
It is what it is. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and get some chicken teriyaki over the channel.
It is what it is. No, man, that was terrible. I am not with AT&T anymore because they were charging crazy amounts of money for phone bills. But we moved over probably 2 years ago to Verizon. Mm-hmm. So I started calling some clients. I had to call some clients that day and went straight to voicemail.
Oh, my God.
And I turned on the news and people were having outages, and I was like, that's what that was. So
terrible, man.
I thought it was one of those corporate espionage type things, like somebody sent a ransom note, because they've been companies have been going through that lately. Corporate ransom notes and things like that. The Las Vegas casino has gone through that, So I thought that something like that had happened. Come to find out it didn't, or they're lying to us, So, most of the country was out of phone. I thought it was just a local thing, and then I turned on CNN, and it was a nationwide outage.
Yeah, that was terrible, man. I was.
You have
worried.
AT&T?
Huh?
Do you have AT&T?
I sure as hell do.
So did your phone not work? Like when you try to dial out, it just was nothing?
You could put it on, I think, Wi-Fi calling. You can
So one of my clients was on Wi-Fi in the building, and she called me. It was FaceTime audio. It wasn't FaceTime video, it was just the audio, and we talked that way. So she said, I can get it if you FaceTime me. So I was like, if I need you, I'll FaceTime you.
Yeah. There's ways around it. People got to realize you can do Facebook audio. You can there's ways around it.
Yeah, but if you're like my wife, she does not leave the house without turning her GPS on in her car, on the phone, the Apple CarPlay. So she couldn't go. If she didn't know how to get there, she wasn't going to go. If she had AT&T, because when she leaves right up the street, she's putting on her GPS. And so if you leave the house without Wi-Fi, you wouldn't be able to connect to GPS during the outage. Yeah.
That's sad. Even through Google?
No, you had no connection. You only had connection with Wi-Fi.
That's right. That's a good. Damn.
So if you leave the house without Wi-Fi, you're out in the world. Your maps did not update, or you couldn't get anywhere. You couldn't go anywhere.
That's some bull stank right there.
Yeah.
It was. I swear, I don't know if we're going to hear the whole story, true story, but I swear, I think somebody, another country.
Yeah, I think so too. And then I think they're lying to us. I think that somebody hacked in, sent AT&T a ransom note, and we're going to shut all your phones down if you don't comply. And they didn't comply, and everybody's phones shut down. And And I'm sure that the next day they were inundated, and probably still are inundated with a bunch of calls saying, "Hey, my phone was out. What you going to do about it? Compensate me for those hours." You know.
Hopefully they automatically apply it to people's bills.
They should.
That's the smart, good business decision.
Yeah, they should.
Man, it's getting warmer, and there's some big old bugs out there. And I think I've got a solution. My girl cat, man, I want you to see how powerful this paw is. This is like the feline fly swatter.
Scottie Pippen was a raw piece of.
Got him.
Wow.
Yeah.
That girl, it was those big insects, man. They all of a sudden have appeared. And that's a 14-year-old cat.
Wow. That's cat quick is where that comes from. That's good.
Yeah,
you taught her well, man.
I did. That girl wasn't playing, man. Girl was not playing at all. So Chloe's available for work if you need to eliminate some insects, random insects. So I saw this, Stevie, thought of you, because we always talk about Irish goodbyes. It says people who leave parties without saying goodbye save up to 2 days per year.
I gotta send this to my friend Frank Rodriguez, man. He's my golf buddy. He watches the show. Frank, this is for you right here, man.
Let's go, Frank. Much love, buddy.
Man, we get a text. We'll be out with Frank, and all of a sudden we get a text. We're like, "Where's Frank?" And he'll text us. It's like, "Man, I'm sorry, y'all, but I got in my car and they wouldn't let me turn left. It turned right, and I'm already at home by now. So sorry, guys." So, he's notorious of kind of backing out into the bush and turning around and going home, man. So shout out to Frank. This is for you, man.
Irish goodbye.
Yeah, man.
And you see who liked it right there on that post on Instagram, the first lady of the man cave.
First lady, Tess
Sawyer, baby.
Yeah, man.
It's up to 2 days per year. That's the honest to God truth. There's nothing wrong with a good Irish goodbye.
Yep.
Not at all. We're going to hit a break real quick, Stevie. We got some fun. And we've got, we're going to talk about a legendary golf announcer who is from Austin, Texas. And we're going to remember an iconic musician from Oklahoma. That's coming up after Stevie and I, pay tribute to our guys at Hargrove Roofing.
Here at Hargrove Roofing, we try to think outside the box to kind of get the creative juices flowing. So I brought in my friend Stevie Lee, former defensive tackle for the Texas Longhorns. He's going to help the team strategize, really motivate them, light a fire.
This guy's going to block down. This guy's going to block down. You put your butt into the guard, and that way my Mike linebacker gets free to do what?
Not only are they going to learn a thing or two, but they're going to also leave with a great attitude and a bunch of smiles on their faces.
I'm sorry, what does this have to do with roofing exactly?
Get out.
Right now.
I said get out.
For me, that's what it's all about. It's just having fun, making our employees have a great time. Hargrove Roofing. Know who's on your roof.
The ball starts out and goes down. It approaches, and
Oh my goodness.
and then when it got close and sat there for 1.8 seconds, I relied on my dexterity with language and yelled, "Oh, wow." And I stood up when it dropped, and you can just see the camera shakes like that. Just that much. Well, that was me. I've seen that replay 5,000 times, and I thrill to it every time.
Vern Lundquist, baby. Austin's own.
Really? I didn't know that.
I think so, man.
Yeah.
He's called every Masters but one since 1983.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
And
That's awesome. But that was, I remember that putt, man. Or that was a chip, actually. I remember that.
It's unreal, man. It's that guy. I remember him when just simply him calling the Cotton Bowl, the old Cotton Bowl games. Yeah, he's a Austin High graduate, a Maroon, loyal forever. Went to Texas
awesome.
Lutheran. 83 years old, man.
That's
And
good. That's good stuff.
The best voice. And at 83 years old, Vern Lundquist has amazing stories throughout each of these gut majors and that Masters. I don't know how we're going to watch it without him. It will not be the same for us.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to try to get him on here. You got to get an Austin. You got to have an Austin native because we're in grown podcast. Got to get the Vern Lundquist on.
That'll be fun. That'll be a lot of fun.
Hey, Andre Cook. He's got to be one of the best men's basketball coaches in Division II. He's turned St. Edwards into on the hilltop there in South Austin, into a national power. Well, they knocked out the number one team in the country, and we got to see his grocery shaking skills. Shout out Andre Cook, man. If you need physical therapy, I got you covered after those dance moves. But he said they weren't what they once were. But, man, shout out to Andre and the Hilltoppers, man. They're still, they are crushed it, man. They're doing a great job with that program.
Yeah.
It's fun watching that.
Yeah.
Toby Keith. Passed away at age 62, stomach cancer. First diagnosed, I believe, 3 years ago. Came out about it in 2022. When I was in Oklahoma City working from late 06 to late 2012, we became acquaintances. I went to his golf club there, Belmar there in Southmore. Just genuine person, incredible songwriter. I'll play this part, man. And, it really moved me when that happened. And it really just put a lot in perspective that this is him with his good buddy, Sammy Hagar, just picking on his porch at his home in Norman. I love this bar. This is just a very, very small sample.
That's my favorite part. Now I like my truck. And I like my old lady. I like your girlfriend. I wanna take her out to dinner. I like a dirty movie every now and then.
He said, I like your girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly.
But, man, I'd say 90% or more of his songs were written by him. That's rare, to my knowledge. And him for supporting the troops, he would go overseas 2 weeks at a time to go and play at various spots where those troops were in Afghanistan and Iraq.
That's good stuff.
And part that really got me was when the late, great NBA legend, jazz musician Wayman Tisdale passed away in 2009. He and Toby became friends, and Toby wrote the song Crying for Me in honor of Wayman. And he played it live the very next year in January of 2010, almost to the date that Toby himself passed away. And played it, and all his jazz band members wore all the jerseys that Wayman wore in the NBA. And then, of course, Toby wore the OU basketball jersey that Wayman Tisdale wore. Crying for Me debuted right there.
Wow. That's good stuff.
What's your favorite Toby song?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I got a country playlist that my girls hate when I put on. And I got a couple of Toby songs on there, so I don't know if I have a favorite one.
Red Solo Cup?
Yeah, that's one, yeah. And what's the other popular one? I don't know, man. But Red Solo Cup, I'll go with that. I don't know which one's my favorite, but that's a good one.
That's one of the ones some people submitted to him, and he originally I remember being around when he first talked about this. He said, "I read this, and I was like, that's the dumbest song I've ever heard of." And he recorded it, and it turned into be this big hit.
Yeah, man, it's a hit. I like it.
And
I love annoying my kids with my country music in my truck too, man.
One day we're gonna do it.
Yeah, now when I look back, they're mouthing the songs now. You know, when
really
they like the songs now. Yeah. So it's the country music thing in our house is fun because my oldest daughter, you know, she wants to go to school out of state, and I was like, this is Texas. Like, this is part of Texas. You're going to be asked about what y'all do in Texas, and you don't like country music. You're not a real Texan then.
That's good. That's good parenting right there.
Yeah,
that really is. That really is. I love it. Stevie, without having to go into detail, I think you know a little bit about this. Stevie's pro tips for dining or anywhere around the Austin area, it's crawfish season. And it was a little slow, and it has been because the drought affected a lot of the rice fields in Louisiana. And places like our partner, Shoal Creek Saloon, had to source out from your neck of the woods, like Alexandria and Shreveport. So crawfish season, where's your go-to place? I mean, I know Shoal Creek Saloon is one of them.
I was going to say Shoal Creek is a good one to go to. I lived in South Austin for 7 years.
Oh, wow.
Went right out of college, and we would go to Evangeline Cafe.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, man. Evangeline Cafe down on, what is that, Brody?
I think you're right.
South Austin and Brody. On Brody in South Austin. And so that's a good one. We tried last Sunday another crab place, and they have crawfish as well. I didn't get any crawfish there, but this place, Hook and Reel.
Yes, yes.
Hook and Reel off of Burnett is really good too,
That's
man.
by me.
Yeah, exactly. And then I do want to try the new place that they had open over in the Highland Mall area. I think it's called the Crab Boil or something like that. It's brand new. It just opened like this week. So I want to try that place too, man. But you can never go wrong. You got to just call and check when they're doing crawfish at Evangeline Cafe. And this place, I don't know where you got this picture from.
That's Shoal Creek Saloon.
That's Shoal Creek's?
Yeah. So
they're doing it right, man, because that sausage, I like a whole sausage. I don't want my sausage cut up like that.
Andouille?
Yeah. Andouille?
Andouille.
Oh, you're an Austinite. The andouille sausage, man.
Andouille,
yeah.
All right. Hell, I'm not Louisiana. I need to learn.
Yeah, man. You got it though. Andouille. But no, that's a good looking plate right there. I would do less corn and more crawfish, and probably another. I can see 2 andouille sausages on there. I need a couple more andouilles on there.
I had a total of 4.
This is your plate.
This is my plate.
Oh, you didn't pull this off of B-Real. This is your plate.
Well, I ordered that shit.
Yeah. That's good, man. That's your plate. When did you do that?
I shared it.
You shared it with a certain young lady?
The first lady and
the first lady of the man cave.
And then my friend Steve.
There you go. I'm
Steve Martin.
Yeah. I'm so sad I didn't get an invite, but it's okay, man. It's all right.
We got to go. I want some crab. Good crab.
Some good crab. Hook and Reel, I told you. Yeah. Hook and Reel has a good crab, and you can choose your flavors on it. Your how hot you want it, how mild you want it. I don't know if King Crab over in Pflugerville, if he's doing crawfish, but his crabs are always good all year round.
Yeah.
Over at King Crab in Pflugerville.
Oh man. So how do you show the people with your fingers if you can, and I'll remove the photo.
Yeah, so you just take the head here,
okay,
take the tail here, and just pinch it. Just pinch it apart. Yeah, just pinch it apart like that, and then you gotta
from the back or the front, on the bottom, back or bottom.
On the side. I take them on the side and just pinch them. Yeah, just crack it open like that, man.
And then peel it back.
And just break the shell, the exoskeleton, whatever that is.
Exoskeleton, yeah.
Yeah, we learned that in 6th grade, and you just take that hard shell off, devein it, pop it in. You're good to go, man.
Hey,
Yeah.
the crawfish poop is good for you. That's what that vein means if people weren't real sure.
Man.
But it's I love it. I go about 3 times during crawfish season.
Yeah.
So next time you and I have to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want some
crab. I want to get back down to South Austin. I live in Round Rock now, but in South Austin is a hall. But Evangeline Cafe always did it well. Did really good crawfish. Yeah.
Let's do it. So TikTok in the man cave, you always got some people posing and couples who do, you can't make fun of them. You just say, hey, you do you. But this one involved a certain transplant from the colon region.
Good Lord, Candace!
I've been saving that for you.
Farted right into my butthole. It's like a fart transplant.
Dude, we got to check your algorithm on your TikTok, man.
A fart transplant.
Fart transplant. That's funny. Oh, that's good stuff.
Oh my God. When I saw that, I was like, man, I can't wait
to
see this.
Oh, goodness.
Hey, Ben, tell me something good.
Tell me something good, brother. This is there's a lot to be thankful for, man. And I tell you what, this past few days and a few more, we're going to have another cold front, have been stunning. Tell me something good from the perspective of the Stevie Lee.
Well, really something good is my friend texted me the other day and told me that he was cancer-free. All the scans came back negative. That's something good for me, man. So congratulations. Congratulations for just taking care of yourself. You felt like you had a problem and you had to go get it checked out, right? So congratulations to that. But also catching everything in time to where you can treat, but not having to go and do anything, man. You're good. You're all good now. So that was something good for me this week. Also, like you mentioned, the weather is great. The weather is great. I guess we do have a little cold front coming in like on Thursday or something like that.
Right.
One day cold front. We'll be fine. It's spring, guys. F1 is starting back up. I'm a Formula One fan. I was depressed a little bit because there's no football right now. None.
It's over.
Yeah, but something else is good is I've been keeping up with Asia O'Neal in the Columbus Fury. She plays pro volleyball now, and their games are live on YouTube. So I went and watched the game the other day, and it's really exciting, man. Pro volleyball is here. I wish I had enough money to buy a team for Austin, man, because I think it's here and it's going to be here to stay, man. These girls are powerful at that level, jumping over the net, swinging down on the ball, man. It's actually fun to watch pro volleyball here in well, it's not here yet, but it's on YouTube. So when it comes down to sports, man, this is the dead time of the year,
March Madness. We're just 3 weeks away from March Madness.
Yeah. March Madness is coming up. That's something good. But right now, like on a Sunday, I'm looking around like, man, I don't have anything to watch sports wise. But F1 is coming back next weekend. March Madness is coming up. I'm starting to like and watch more professional women's volleyball. So that's fun.
Nothing wrong with that, man.
Man.
Someone correct me, but in one of those franchises, isn't there something? I swear I read something about it several weeks ago, linked to Austin.
The women's volleyball teams?
Is there?
No, I think the only thing it is they drafted Asia O'Neal #1 overall in the last draft.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have any ties to Austin yet.
It may be WNBA that has some type of activity trying to get a franchise here.
That could be. Yeah.
I don't know. It was something. I swear I was paying attention to it, but
or maybe I missed it. I don't know.
It's Wow.
I knew nothing about volleyball, women's volleyball, until my girls started playing, my daughters.
Yeah.
And now I'm all in it. I would love to own one of those teams and put together a team like that, and put together some strong, tall girls on the front line, the block. I love volleyball now, man. It's so exciting to me.
Just so y'all know, Stevie is a big volleyball dad. His two girls play club and for their high school too. So it's every weekend.
Yeah, every weekend. Next weekend we're in Houston. The weekend out of that we'll be in Dallas, and then at the end of March I got to fly the little one up to Chicago. I don't understand anybody in Chicago needs to see my 14-year-old daughter play volleyball. I don't get that, but that's where they're going. And then the weekend after we leave Chicago, my oldest one has to go to Kansas City. So we're all over the place. This is springtime is volleyball central for us, man.
I love it, man. You're happy, they're happy, and you're going places. I'll just extend from what you said, man. These last 3.5 years, I mean, listen, man, I my prayers go out to anyone who has dealt with cancer or lost a loved one or had to go through that battle and win it. There's a lot to it. But for me, I've never dealt with any major health issues. But these last 3.5 years, the level of anxiety has been on my mind off the charts. And then you deal with other life things. And it's not an excuse, but I've done my best. And last week almost broke me. I mean, I was like, I had to go to the emergency room for the first time. I had an infection due to the biopsy. It's not the physician's fault. It's just you go in that area, it's potential. I didn't have an infection in the last one. I have to note that. You do what you can, and then it's just you're not knowing, and you try to communicate things, and you're just like, man, is this it for me? Is this what road am I about to go down? Because everyone always says, you get prostate cancer. It's the one you want if you want cancer, if you have to have cancer.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that they said it was negative.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man.
And I had 2 tears roll down my face.
Yeah,
I couldn't stop it.
You don't have to, man.
Sense of relief.
Yeah,
it was just like,
so that was something that was my something good when I got that text, man. That was awesome. So,
I love you, brother. Man,
I love you too, man. Yeah, I appreciate you keeping me in the loop, and I appreciate. I'm here for you to lean on, man. So I really appreciate you, man. And
likewise.
Likewise.
Absolutely. You and your family, man. I tell you what, I don't know what it is, but there's a deeper meaning to life, and I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to serve more. I'm going to try to figure out where my purpose is in other areas. I think that's what this is about. I really do. This is what it is.
Live life to the fullest, man.
He got my attention.
Yeah.
He got my attention. Oh, good my stuff, God. Man. Much love, my brother, to Stevie and his family, and to the Hargrove family. We really appreciate you guys. And you watching or listening, we really appreciate you. And, man, have fun with us. Banner back and forth with us. And for the OG Man Cave boys, that being Hardball Hard's Big Mike and the Coach Mo, what do we tell them, Stevie?
We out.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up.
I said get out.